Alright, HadesOmega here. It's been a while since I've done a little show and tell, here's one I got for my Sakuya here. I guess I'm just gonna be doing a kind of a series of these Sakuya figures. I've built up quite a collection, and Sakuya is a character from, well, you can see on the box, Shining Blade from the Shining series. She's in a couple of the games. Now, the odd thing is, like I said, I'm a nostalgic figure collector, and I've never really played any of these Shining games. The last Shining game I played was on Sega Genesis. That was like the very first game, I think, and it's a lot different now. I think comes from like a PSP game. But yeah, so here she is. This is one of my Sakuyas. I think she might be the third or fourth one that I've gotten. But so this is the Mode Crimson Sakuya, or Roaring Blaze Sakuya is what it says on the box. So you can see she's from the Shining Blade series, right here, and then it says in kanji. It's in English and Japanese, so that's pretty cool. And it's a 1/6 scale figure. So this is one of my biggest figures. I had no idea how big this figure was when I ordered it, and this is one of those pre-owned figures through on AmiAmi I found, and I got her for about 6,000 yen. Wow, what a bargain, right? It's a huge figure. It's a 1/6 scale. So I have another 1/6 scale figure, and it's yeah, I only have one more, but it's not there's no other 1/6 scale figures for these Sakuya figures. I think I got most of them, but yeah. Another reason I like Sakuya is she's a Tony girl. She's a T2 girl, Tony Taka, and I'm a big fan of his artwork and his girls. So she's one of them. So it's pretty cool. She can like change different modes. So this is the Sakuya, the crimson mode Sakuya. You can see the box here. I'll rotate it around. So this side has like a kind of like a flame cut out. And then you can see through the clamshell a little bit. Sorry, the lighting is not the best, but there's a very nice picture of her on the back. And then, as you can see, so I guess this is the picture that they're modeled her after, but it looks a little bit. Her mouth looks a little different than the figure. Is what I like to say. Yeah. So here's a little tag in the back. It's a 1/6 scale figure. It's by Kotobukiya. The box is huge. I had no idea how big this figure was until I got it in the box, you know. But if you ever want a 1/6 scale figure, remember she's a big girl, and she's gonna need a lot of space, So that's the back. The back is very nice. I like the back of the box. The same on the other side. On the other side is sculpted by Koei Matsumoto. Let's take a look at the top. The top is another. So similar to the back is a picture of her. And there's a little window on top. And you could see her booblies. And the bottom is just red. A lot of red. So there you go. She's a 1/6 scale Kotobukiya figure. So let's open her up. Alright, so before I get to the unboxing, like I said, I got her on AmiAmi. I got her for about 6,000 yen. That's about $60. Well, it's probably less than $60 at the time. I actually bought this like a year ago, and I'm getting around to doing the figure review now. So there you go. I got her. What a bargain for about $60. Like, the exchange rate is about the same now. It's about 100. It's about, for every 100 yen, it's like it's $1 now. So I got her for a really good deal back then, but I'm sure I paid a grip for the shipping because the box was enormous. So, and I ordered with a bunch of other figures. I had no idea she was this big. So let's go ahead and do the unboxing. Already cut. Already all cut. Okay. Alright, so I got her out of the box. She's still in the clamshelling, but also I didn't notice this before, but if you look inside the box, like, and it's hard because there's a reflection and there's not very good lighting here, but you can see the background is red and it looks like flames. Pretty cool. There's like they're kind of like sparks or embers. So the box is very nice. I like it. I would definitely display her in a box, but I'm gonna take her out now. So before I set her away, I just wanted to show that. It's pretty cool. Set the box away. So all right, there is a Sakuya figure. That sword is enormous. I'll have to put it next to something just to show how tall it is. Clamshell. Looks like the box is ready to come apart. Alright, so I'm gonna get her out of there. Okay, there she is. I got her out. There's only 3 pieces to this figure. There's this massive sword here. Massive. I'm telling you, it's about as tall as the figure. In fact, it's probably taller than the figure. And it's transparent and looks nicely painted. You can kind of tell that it's I don't know, they kind of like stenciled this silver lining on it. Okay, so you can see like I said, the next part is the handle. So, and then the actual figure itself. So I'm going to go ahead and put the sword on her very carefully. Ta-da! Well, there she is. Okay, so what I had to do was you have to shove. There's actually like this is a flame part to the hilt, and so that's kind of cool. The flames come out of the end of the hilt, and I think they call it a suka. I think for the Japanese swords, and she's holding it on this part. This is the actual of the hilt right here, and then these are the flames coming out. And then so you gotta stick it up through her hand, and then move it up all the way, and then put the little flame thing on, which is pretty cool. She holds it pretty well. Hopefully she won't droop. She looks like she's pretty strong. It's actually not that heavy a figure too for how big it looks. She looks great. So let me just do some close-ups, and I'll get some better pictures with the camera, but these are the pictures. I'll just do some close-ups right now, and you can see I don't have a lot of space for this figure. I mean, I don't have the back. She's literally almost as big as the background, so you can see my couch. So there's the flames. There's the base. Pretty cool. It's kind of like a transparent kind of flame looking thing. It's not. I know it's yeah. It's like kind of like orangey at the tips and then red on the bottom. I don't know if you can detach her from the base. That's the way she comes. So I don't know. It might be glued or something. One thing to note about when you put the sword on the hand, when you slip it through the hand, it's gonna take some of the paint off on the inside, and you can notice that. But it's not like you'll notice it because the sword's in there. So that's probably one reason you'd want to to display her inside the not inside the case, because she's not holding the sword. So there she is. Well, she's a big girl. So you can see her right here. It's like a transparent white on her dress, and the rest of her dress is red. Like I said, the sword looks pretty cool. It's transparent. You can see through it. It looks like they kind of masked this off, and then they peeled the tape off from the silver. Let me put her on my rotating base. Alright, there she is. So isn't she a beauty? Hopefully I can get a good focus on her. I'll say the paint is pretty good, but I'll show you some places where it's not so good. If you want a figure with that shows lots of boobage, this is a good one. She's showing quite a lot of skin. It's a pretty cool outfit. So you can see there's like little gold lines. They don't look like they're super drawn in really good. I have Kotobukiya figures before, and the paint quality is better than this. The sword is really shiny, really glossy paint. And I don't know, it seems like there's some like small scratches on the figure, but I think that's because it was a pre-owned figure. I'm pretty sure that this had been displayed at some point. So there you go. Let's take a look at the bottom. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, she screwed onto the base. You can see where they cut this. It's like a nub mark right there. But whatever, it's at the bottom. I don't really see any nub marks anywhere where they assembled her. I'm not really sure how they assembled her. Yeah, the paint is not the best quality. You can see the leg here. You can see like it's kind of like a little. It's not very smooth. But you do see a little gradient. It gets a little darker here where these stockings are. So the paint is actually like under her kneecap. It's a little darker. So the paint quality is good. The detail is really good. It's just like, you know, it's not smooth in certain places, and the lines aren't very strong in certain places. But you know, for how much I paid for her, I think this is a awesome deal. So this, you can kind of see that little gold logo there. I was surprised to see the booblies. It's a very good figure, and for $60, I think it's a great figure for $60. It's the paint, the detailing on the paint. So you can see kind of like it's darker here and it gets lighter at the tips a little bit. So they put some shading into the paint. I like that. I like it a lot. And it looks like it's kind of, the paint is like the hair is kind of like a flat finish, and then like some of these other paints, like, well, here's the hair, and then some of the other paints are like, they're like kind of like a semi-gloss. There's nothing that's super glossy except for maybe her stockings here. That's like a semi or gloss paint. Definitely the sword is gloss. See, you can see like it's kind of splitting there. Right here. So I mean, just some small details, but I mean, I think it's a great figure for how much I paid for it. That's for sure. She's definitely a bargain. You can find her. I see her on sale a lot. Oh, also one more thing. It's a pantsuit check. So yes, she's wearing white panties. So all the other details I could think of are their hair. It's a very nice, sexy looking figure. I like it. So I'll have some some nicer pictures up after the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. This is a Sakuya Crimson Mode by Kotobukiya, and she's a 1/6 scale, my biggest Sakuya figure I have, and I think it's totally worth it. A figure this big probably run you in upwards of like over $100 easily. And while the paint isn't perfect, it's still good. I still like it. So there you go. HadesOmega out.